Hi guys, this is Abi from Gokche Design. In this video, you're going to learn how to add perspective text to an image in Adobe Photoshop. Let's start by duplicating your background layer. Next, click on the Quick Selection tool and then hit Select Subject. Use the plus-minus brushes to clean up the selection. To refine the selection further, click on Select and Mask. Don't forget to increase the smoothness of the selection under Global Refinements. Click OK when done. Now let's bring in our background image. I'm also going to move my models layer above the background image. Next, click on the Text tool and type in your text. Now press and hold Command or Control key and click on the text thumbnail. This will create a selection around individual characters. Choose Copy from the Edit menu to copy this selection. Now we can deselect and hide the text layer. With the street layer selected, click on Filter from the top menu and choose Vanishing Point. In this window, the grid or the plane tool should be selected by default. Here, I'm going to create a grid that is running parallel to the white lines on the ground for the horizontal axis, and for the vertical axis, I'll try to make it parallel to the door and windows in the background. Note, if the grid turns red after you complete it, that means further adjustments are necessary. Keep playing with the control points until it turns blue. Now you can press Ctrl or Command V to paste your selection from one of the previous steps. Drag your text inside the grid and then click on the Transform tool from the left menu to transform and adjust as necessary. Click OK when done. To match the colors of my models layer with the background, I'm going to open Curves from the Adjustments tab. Click on the Curves thumbnail and make sure the clipping button is selected. Next, hold the Alt or Option key and click on Auto. Choose Find Dark and Light Colors and then use the Shadows color picker to find a dark shadow color from the background. Repeat the steps for midtones and highlights and use the color picker to pick a color from the background to your liking. Click OK when done. Let's also add a shadow to our model. Click on FX and choose Drop Shadow. Play around with the drop shadow configuration to your liking and then hit OK. To separate out the drop shadow into its own layer, right-click on the drop shadow and click Create Layer. With the drop shadow layer selected, click on Edit, Transform, and then choose Distort. Now you can distort and warp the shadow to your liking. To make the shadow look more realistic, I'm going to add a layer mask and introduce a black to transparent gradient. Feel free to play around with the density of the layer mask after the gradient is added. You can also introduce Gaussian blur if the shadow looks too sharp. I'm going to reduce the opacity a bit as well. Next, click on the New Adjustment Layer button and choose Color Lookup. This will help bring everything together nicely. I'm going to choose the teal-orange profile here. Finally, let's look at the before and after images. Looks good to me. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Until next time.